I'm taller than you in this chair, baby. I look like a big girl. They plug this in. I think this is the plug. What up, you guys? Welcome. Welcome. Come on in. I see you getting here. It's Wednesday. The word wed is in Wednesday. We got married on a Wednesday, and we do the Marriage Go Round podcast on a Wednesday. Welcome to episode number 107 of Marriage Go Round with your real life comedian, married couple hosts, Tanjareen and CT. And this is the show where we talk about dating, marriage, and funny relationship memes from our own monogamish point of view.
You really like to hit that ISH, huh?
Mish, capital ISH. And the first people in here when I created this live 4 minutes ago. Oh, it's gone. iPad's gonna iPad today, I see. All right, it's Jordan Taylor, first person to leave a comment. He says, this show is going to be a good one, showing that both Tanj and CT does their very best. They can make their relationship work out nicely in their favor. Just promise to always look out for each other. No punctuation, no comma, all love. Thank you, Jordan Taylor. Next up, we have Latasha Luxury saying, whoop, whoop, MGR. Thank you guys so much. T-Hawk is in the building. Thank you guys for being here. How you feeling today?
You got them things all oiled up. I'm great.
For you.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So all for you.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. You served me earlier with a full-on turtleneck on. It wasn't a turtleneck. Thank you for cooking for me today. It was delicious. You made me an incredible breakfast.
And where did I serve it?
Breakfast in bed. I was knocked out. I was like, I looked over. I was like, oh, wow. That's how hard I was asleep. I didn't even hear you come in.
I came in and I actually opened the curtain so the light could come in.
Sleepy.
And then I called your name a couple of times. And I was like, wow, he's still asleep. I don't want this to get cold. I'm going to leave it up here and hope that eventually he wakes up and doesn't knock it on the floor.
No, I'm not that kind of sleeper. But yeah, it was delicious and it was warm. It was very warm. You know, I like my food piping hot. This is a brand new shirt and the neckline just looks so flimsy.
But it's a fancy shirt. It's not just a regular black t-shirt, guys. It's got the fancy designs over here, over the muscles. Yeah, it's nice.
It back. Anyway,
nice. Braids looking good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You know, just line my hair up. Mm-hmm. Interestingly, when you ain't got nowhere to be, your braids be maintained. But when you got somewhere to be,
that's so funny.
By day 2, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
I would like to read something.
Okay.
Let me catch you guys up on something. So, I feel like, that's how you should start. I feel like
all right.
I got shamed for not having kids.
Mm.
So, as a lot of you guys know, I'm doing pop-up dates with Desi Banks and Martin Lawrence throughout the year. And, you know,
light flex.
I just pop up. You know what I mean? It's not my show. So
right.
If I'm in your city, I happen to be in your city. If I happen to know somebody's in that city, I'll tell the people that I know in that city, hey, I'm actually going to be here. You should get tickets to the show. So for the past year, actually, it'll almost be a year come July or June, I have been reaching out to people that I've known my whole life that I knew from school or high school or any type of, you know, point in my life. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be in this city. Where are you? Are you still in that city?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the home girls from high school, she was in Detroit. I reach out to my elementary white homeboy. I reach out to my junior high school, couple of friends. I see some people from my high school that's like in different cities. And mind you, during the course of like 2 weeks, once I knew like the dates, I just started hitting different people up like, hey, how you been, right? And when you see the message thread, you'll see it's like a decade ago that y'all spoke, if that, or 12 or 15 years, whatever. This particular person, haven't talked to her in 10 years. I say, hey, how you doing? What city you in nowadays? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And she tells me the city. And I said, oh, nice. I'll be out there for a Desi show. You and your husband should come. And then she's like, oh, where are you located now? And I'm like, oh, you know, I'm based in LA. So I was like, I go to her profile and I see, of course, I know she's married, but I see the kids. And I'm like, wow. So I comment and I say, you're a whole mother, yo. That's so wild. A blessing, but it's wild. So happy for you both. She says, laughing face, what is so wild about me being a mother? LOL. when are you going to be a father? Ellipses. Don't wait too long. I say, it's not happening for me. LMAO. I'm not a dad type. I'm a great uncle type. LOL. Stepdad type. LOL. And then she says, I never thought you would say that. I laugh at that and I say, why? She says, it's just weird. I always thought the next step of sharing that type of bonding with someone. Again, no punctuations. You're going to make your own assumptions. Yeah. I say, it is for a lot of people, but not everyone. Chose my career and dreams, but it's great for the people that have kids. That's pretty cool, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
There's more.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's almost come to a close.
Okay.
She says, so after the money, ellipses, then what's next? Right? Same expression I had when I first read it. I say, after providing for my family, seeing the world, making more content, touring to meet fans, friends, and loved ones, I could go on, LOL. And I saw that she read that but didn't respond. So I was like, let me double down on it.
Okay.
I said, whenever I miss kids, I babysit them and give them back to their parents. Shrug. So after them kids grow up, what's next for you? Crickets.
Well, how long ago did you send that?
About 45 minutes ago.
All right. She's thinking of the perfect response.
No, she's got nothing.
She's going to think of something. She's asking a couple of her homegirls, can you believe? And then he has said, and then she's going to come up with something. She's going to write you back something that she thinks is fire.
Nothing. And the interesting thing is, I didn't disrespect her. Like, I was just like, yo, that's so what? When you know somebody from school,
yeah,
and they have these lives, you're just like, wow, I can't believe you're a mom. You know what I mean?
It's also like when you see somebody's child grow up so big, you're like, wow, you grew up. Obviously, they knew they were going to grow up. That's what we hope will happen. Yeah. But it's still surprising to see how they grew up. So you didn't mean anything bad by it. But she might not be secure in her momness. And you saying, wow, you're a mom, made her feel like, well, dang, you didn't think I could do this? Because she's probably, not trusting all of her choices in that.
Well, I hear that. And I'll add to that. It's like, so at what point do you say, what's next after the money? Like, kids are your only purpose in life.
Well,
shout out to parents. I'm not ragging on parents. I'm ragging on her, making me seem as though my life isn't dope because I don't have kids.
All right, you parents. This is Marriage Go Round. We talk about relationships. Are y'all out there shaming folks who chose not to have kids? Let's read some of these comments. This one, Gui Tripp says.
That's a good topic. That's a good question title for the episode.
Thank you.
As parents, are you shaming people who don't have kids?
Thank you very much. Let's see. Lexi Lex says, oh, girl acting like, dang, my thing is taking a long time. Oh, girl acting like money isn't important is crazy. Exactly. This one says, I got to hit everything twice now. Gui Tripp says, you underestimate yourself. A son would love to have a mother and father like you two. Oh, well, thank you. We know we'd be good at it.
I know Tanjareen will be a great mother. I would be a great sometimes dad.
Like you said, you'd be a great stepdad?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
No responsibility.
Perfect.
You step in,
Perfect. Green Ranger says, and this is from somebody who has multiple kids, he says, there's a weird thing that people do to others that don't have children, and I never understood it. If you don't want children, the best thing you could do is stand on your word. We standing on ours over here, homie. We standing on ours. And speaking of homie, Lexi Lex said, Tanjareen looked like she about to make a trip to the hood to stun on bitches. What up? What you say? What you say? You see my brass knuckles? They kind of flex. There you go. You give me nothing. What's up?
There's nothing to give.
Read something.
It's like,
hi, mommy.
I'm still on it. It's like the audacity. I've never shamed somebody for having kids.
You sure? You definitely shame people when their kids don't behave.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I am a bad kid behavior shamist.
Yes,
I've never shamed people for having kids. I'm going to shame you if your kids ain't behaved. Because what are you doing with them all day if they don't know how to listen?
And here's the thing. People with misbehaved kids or kids that have a lot of issues, the parent never wants credit for that. The parent wants to act like, the kids are going to do what they do. They all have a mind of their own. But let that kid be a straight A student. Let them be good at sports. Let them be great at some other talent or instrument. Mom is saying, thank you. Dad is saying, thank you. Yeah, that's our baby. We did our thing. So which one is it?
My kid got straight A's. Yeah, because he's a straight asshole.
Whoa.
Little boy's pissing me off.
Goodness gracious.
That's what they don't
So
realize.
parents, you got to take credit for the good and the bad in your kids. And if somebody you know doesn't choose to have kids, it's okay. There's enough of you. Hopefully, the world will continue to populate. There are plenty of us here. I think we're okay.
I literally love good children. I can't just say kids. I love well-behaved. You ever see a well-behaved kid? You be like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, I'm fine. How are you? And you're like, oh my God, I want this kid around all the time.
Super articulate.
But when you see the kid and you're like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, they just stuck in the iPad.
They can't be shy.
Get this kid out of here.
Lexi Lex says, our kids fulfill us, but there's also more to life. We still want to travel, make money, etc., and our kids will grow up one day and hopefully expand our family, but it's not the end all be all.
Let me tell you something.
I love
Lexi Lex and Green Ranger, I love y'all's kids. Y'all have some very well-behaved children.
They are.
And they are a delight. They're not bad. They're well-behaved. I love that.
Yes. Latasha says she's probably struggling or regretting her choices. That's how I feel, Latasha.
You know, I gathered a little bit of that once it was the whole, well, what are you going to do? And when are you going to, don't wait. They're a delight. Anytime I've talked to parents, and I'm talking about the percentage is probably 70 or 80%. When I've spoken to parents and they'd be like, you got kids? I'll be like, no. And they'd be like, yeah, enjoy yourself before you have kids.
The honest ones.
They give me the honest answer.
The honest ones will definitely tell you, like, oh, good. That's great. You guys have more time with each other.
Yeah.
Take your time. She made it seem like your testicular clock was ticking.
Which is another thing. Thank you for saying that. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, does she not realize I'm a man? I could pop these out. I could change my decision in 20 years if I wanted to and still have kids.
Get the George Clooney on them, have the kids at 51.
Are you ready for this?
What's up?
So I was watching Instagram. We really got to say it like it's a TV show because we'll do that. I was watching Instagram last night. And
they need to have an app on the TV so we can just scroll through.
I would like that.
Holding it with one hand and then scrolling through and then liking and reacting and commenting and trying to eat something. It's too many.
Make it widescreen though on the scroll. I don't want to see the. Remember, like when we used to watch Versus and we have the airplay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that was weird.
So I was watching Instagram, and I think the 13th president of the United States, his grandson is 93 years old, and the way that works is, he had all these kids, and his last son ended up having kids when he was 64 years old. So his last son had kids. He had another batch of kids when he was 64. And that son, one of those sons, is alive to this day, and he's 94. So basically, his grandfather was a president.
That's pretty dope.
It is, but my point is that his father had him when he was 65.
Came out with a old ass voice and gray hair.
That's a fact. And here's the thing: I could pop these kids out whenever I want to, if I want to, and I am not doing that.
He said, "Pop them out like they coming out of him, y'all."
Well, they are.
You only do half.
I'm giving the life.
You feel like
you are incubating. You're baking.
But it's still both genes coming together.
Yeah, but let me ask you this.
Okay.
Can you have it without me?
No, but don't act like you can have it without somebody else.
I would never.
Notice I didn't say me. Without somebody else.
Yeah, I'm saying a man can populate if he has enough energy.
Half of a child.
If he has enough energy, he can find 12 women today and pop it out, and all of them can get pregnant.
Yes.
Whereas a woman.
This has nothing to do with our conversation.
Okay.
We can only be pregnant once at a time. Yes, I get that. I say that all the time. But you just made it seem like you could just make a baby by yourself. It's if you made the whole baby and then you put it in a woman and then she grows it. But it's both of you.
Can I tell you something about that? I feel like Barbara just had you because you are her spitting image. The only thing you got from your daddy is his color. If you look at pictures of young Barbara, that is you.
Y'all want to see my dad and my mom? Keep talking.
So, we talk about popping them out and everything. I know what I'm talking about. A lot of parents have strong genes. My genes are strong enough to where I know.
My dad was tall. My mom, look at my mom being fast. I had her in some low-cut jeans. She was going on a little date after she broke up with my dad.
Flip around. This is the picture I always think about where I'm like, this is Tanjareen. The picture of her mama.
Right here?
Yeah.
But my dad is tall. He's brown. He's got thick nails like I do. I think his hair texture is close to mine. Luckily, I got their foreheads mixed together. Otherwise, my hairline would have been even more back. But I feel like I see both of them in me.
I mean, you have to because you're brown and you see, I had to face myself. You're
supposed to call me
brown.
black again. Tell him your nickname for me, CT.
I shan't.
Tell him your nickname for me.
So because your father is chocolate skin,
tell him. Okay.
He
calls me monkey, and he says it like that. Monkey. He's monkey. Isn't that mean? Isn't that mean, you guys?
There is no proof that I said any of that.
You didn't deny it.
And a lot of people might not know the reference. When Frieza calls Goku that is the type of voice that I use. Anyway, yeah, your mother is like your father's brown, and you got his skin tone, but you got her exact everything else.
Let me see. Let's see what y'all are saying. Maurice says vasectomy. Okay, Maurice, you're not having no kids. Gorilla Tap says CT.
What's up?
Dang, CT would be like you better not be in that toilet as a dad. What does that mean?
Better not be in that toilet.
What does that mean?
Don't be playing in that toilet water.
Kids playing toilet water?
Kids play in everything.
We had toys. I wasn't.
I mean, everybody has toys, but you're still fascinated by the toilet.
Okay. T-Hawk says, I'm 31 with 2 kids. This ish is a forever thing. So far, CT wants and choices in life. No, what's that say? Oids is perfect for, no kids. I was supposed to be, okay. No kids is perfect for his lifestyle.
I mean, I also know that congratulations on the 2 kids, man. I know that I will resent people. And my life is very much, hey, can you do this immediately? Or, hey, can you do this in a couple of weeks or a couple of months? And I'm like, yeah. Whereas you got a kid, you got to plan around that kid.
Yeah. Let me look at this one right here.
And I don't want to resent no kid.
Novej Speed 3 says, now I find most people without kids be shaming me. I mess around and have 5, 22 to age 4, and they be looking at me real judgmental. LOL. 5 kids? I'm finna look at you judgmental. Let's talk about this. 5 kids. I think anybody should have as many kids as they can afford. That's why I don't say nothing about Nick Cannon and all his kids.
He can afford them.
And nobody was talking about Elon Musk and his, 11 or 13 kids? Because clearly he can afford them, but he's not in their lives. He's just sending money. If you're happy with your 5 kids and those kids are getting love from you, congratulations, sir. Congratulations. I hope the moms are allowing you to be in their lives, or maybe y'all all live together. Maybe you're married. I don't know your story. I don't know how many baby mamas made these 5, but congratulations, sir.
You know what would be a great
fertile
action horror movie?
What?
Is if you show a billionaire who has all these kids, and let's say he only chose to keep 4 in the house, and it's like 7 or 8 of them that did not get a chance to grow up with him, if they decided to try to hunt the other ones for his affection.
Hunt is a crazy word choice.
It becomes like a battle royale to see, it's like Purge type thing. Like who's gonna survive and win Daddy's love, and you call it Daddy's love.
Will somebody write the script, or CT will get it produced? Because that's a great storyline.
I got a lot of ideas.
I often wonder, because I think about billionaire children, because we now have more billionaires than we've ever had in the world.
Your breasts look ridiculous. I don't know if it's the bar at the bottom that's giving that extra. Yeah, it's probably the bar at the bottom.
What bar?
The blue bar.
Oh, that bar. I thought you were trying to say my bra had something.
They look huge, but it's like when you have that as a gate, it's like it's more breast underneath.
On this version, I'm on the other side of the screen,
right,
and there is no bar. Yeah. So I don't know which one they can see.
They can see that one.
Am I on y'all lefts or y'all rights? Anyways, thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, okay. It's crazy to billionaires.
Okay, I've been thinking about monkey is crazy work. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate that. Carolyn G put something up, but I can't see it. Monkey, what does that say, Mom? Fabio always called me a mutt.
Now that's disrespectful.
I think mutts are usually referred to as people that are mixed, or people from Louisiana. If they're Creole and this, that, and the other, they call them a mutt. Mom, I don't know if you fit in that, but you look like you do because you're fair skinned with light eyes, hazel eyes. Quoting Freeze's Bananas fan, Green Ranger. Beautiful.
He'd be like, monkey.
I said thick nails, not big nails, T-Hawk, not big nails. Okay, let me go on. Oh, what's up? Thanks for watching, David. My son climbed on me in the toilet. Is that what it says? His diaper soaked all up the water. Kids be in that toilet. Oh, My son climbed into the toilet. His diaper soaked up. Oh, okay.
Listen, when I was a little boy, I almost climbed on the toilet, but thankfully people were watching me. And because my thought was, I was watching Ninja Turtles and I was watching Mario. So the turtles lived in the sewer and I wanted to visit the turtles. And Mario used to always jump down the pipes. And I was like, man, I wonder if there's a whole world down there. Let me jump down the pipes because children are idiots. So, you know, you need people to watch.
Did you try to go in legs first?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Why would I ever? Also, I didn't get in the toilet. I was stopped, but I'm saying
But you were trying. You were gonna climb in.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
You know the thing I did? I told my sister my plan. Because she's my best friend.
And she snitched on you.
She didn't snitch on me. She was like, "Hey, stupid, that's not how it goes. You're not gonna go down any drain. You're too big, and if you were able to get into the sewer, you would die." And I was like, "Oh, all right." I told her my plan.
Thank you, Carolyn G. We are monetized on Facebook. Thank you for sending the stars. I can't see it in this app, but Ashely White let me know you sent 100 stars. Thank you very much for sowing seeds. The super chat is open on YouTube. I'm not going to continue to live stream over here on Facebook soon because they're getting rid of live streams very quickly now.
When's the last day?
I didn't decide yet.
You got to decide so that people can know.
I mean, I almost did it today, but then I was like, we'll just see. It'll be deleted in 30 days. Basically, Facebook is deleting all lives after 30 days. So this thing will be gone soon.
My sister was like, my sister would always hear me out uninterrupted too. She was like, okay. And then what? Okay. Are you done? And then she would let me have it.
That's funny. I love your sister. The boobies are oiled up too. Thank you, Lexi Lex. I did it for CT. Besides being monetized here on Facebook and YouTube with the super chat, the super stickers, and if you're watching a replay, you can send the super thanks. The Cash App and the Venmo are also open. And I just got $25 from one of our sponsors. It is Domingo Tripp in the comments. Gui Tripp in your hearts.
Same. Thank you, Domingo Tripp.
Thank you, Gui Tripp. These kisses are just for you.
Gilliam.
Is it Guillaume?
Is it Gail? Is it what she said? Say it again.
Guillaume.
All right. Guillaume. Guillaume.
Thank you for sowing seeds onto this Tanjareen and CT tree. You have sponsored our show.
Guillaume sounds like the guy they send in to end your life or to steal your wife.
Because the guillotine has got the beginning the way you're saying it. Guillotine.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Guillaume.
Cobra Tay says, congrats to the people who have kids. Not saying I wouldn't be a dad, but I love this. Maybe so far. I love this single lifestyle for now. # team, no kids.
Speaking of which, update. So remember last week I told y'all we were filming my special on Mother's Day weekend, the 11th, which is going to be Sunday. Apparently, just got an email as you were coming downstairs. We're filming the special on my actual birthday, May 9th.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now I can actually spend Mother's Day with my mother.
But you wouldn't go spend it with your mama first?
I mean, I didn't want to have to stop to go to your show and then...
Wouldn't that be full circle like it was in the very beginning of us dating?
Yeah. Well...
You chose your mom that day, as you should.
No, it's going to be both of y'all.
No, I'm talking about the day that I'm talking about in 2010. You chose your mama.
Well, I went to you first.
Yeah.
I choose both of you every time.
And I appreciate that.
So don't say I chose my mom. I was with you first.
It's not a bad thing. I think you should choose your mama.
But I chose you both.
If your birthday was May 9th and Mother's Day was on that day, I would see you and then see my mama. Or vice versa.
No, you wouldn't.
You don't think I would?
First of all, the tour that you're on right now, I looked at the calendar. Yeah. I see that one of the weekends you're going to be out of town on my birthday.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be gone.
You want to tell them you can't make it that weekend?
No, I mean, that's money.
Oh, it's crazy. That's
you think
crazy.
I'm about to, first of all, Tanjareen.
Yes.
I need everybody who's watching this to know too.
You choosing a little tour over your wife's birthday.
I'm choosing money over my wife's birthday. It's a difference.
I had to talk you into one of those weekends. You didn't feel like going.
Tanjareen.
Yes. Saying my name doesn't change the facts.
Okay. It's good to know.
He always does that. When I make a point and he don't know what to say back, he goes, Tanjareen. To give him time to think about what he's going to try to retort with. Tanjareen. Yes, 16.
Now, number one, what I'm trying to tell the people is this.
Yes.
You know me, but they don't understand. Mm-hmm. Y'all are talking to people that I was raised to choose work over everything, which is another reason I'm not a parent. The day before we got married, I booked a pilot with Charlie Sheen.
Yes.
And they were like, "Oh, we want to do the 14th." I'm like, "Oh, I'm actually getting married that day. Can we do it the day before?" And they were like, "Your wife is gonna let you?" No, the day after. They were like, "Your wife is gonna let you do something the day after you get married?" I was like, "Let me. We got to make this bread, man. We chasing dreams."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "I don't believe you. Call your wife." And I was like, "Hey, Tanj." So apparently I booked. Yep. All right. I booked this show and they want to film the day after our wedding. And she was like, "Oh, great. We don't leave to Jamaica until the day after that. So yeah, you should." And I was like,
yeah. And then what did I do? Hopped on a plane.
And met me the day after our wedding in Vegas.
Met him in his beautiful
executive
suite.
It was a big suite.
First of all, he didn't even invite me on this trip.
No.
But he got to the hotel and he went on FaceTime and showed me the room, and I was like,
booked a flight immediately.
See you there, buddy. This is the pre-honeymoon trip.
Yeah, but you know what's funny?
What's funny?
The flip side to that of choosing work over family is that was the only time my father's ever been to LA, and he never came back, and he passed away. So it's a double-edged sword for me leaving a day earlier than I was supposed to go to Vegas because I didn't get a chance to hang with him in LA. We did the day before the wedding, but
he didn't come with us to Disneyland and stuff though.
No, he didn't. They I'm talking about like when we did the rehearsal dinner, not the rehearsal dinner. We did the rehearsal and then we went to Roscoe's.
Yes, not her popping up on you. Well, I let him know it was coming. Josh.
And we didn't get any pictures. Of all the time for us to have gotten pictures.
You okay?
Man. But yeah, I definitely will always continue to choose that bread.
Now you got to celebrate Tanjareen the weekend before and the weekend after. I like how you think, Lexi.
I'm okay with that.
Let's see.
I'm actually around, I think, all of May in LA until the last weekend, her actual birthday.
All right, well, let's see what happens because, well, I mean, one weekend is full because you're doing your comedy special. Congratulations to CT filming his first ever comedy special after doing comedy for 20 years. He's finally going to do a special. So that's one weekend of the month. The other weekend of the month at the end is my birthday. There's a one in the middle of there that's our anniversary. Yeah, you keep trying to forget. And then there's another weekend. So I would like us to be doing something.
Yeah, we're going to do something.
All right.
I don't know what it is. We're going to do something.
Would you like to do the theme song now? Since you started the show with a
Press
story.
the button.
It's so easy now.
Press the button.
Essels, this is just for you. This is our pre-recorded version of the previously performed live theme song that's supposed to start the episode, but now we're doing it 27 minutes in.
The week of your birthday, we'll sing it live. How about that? That's something you'd be interested in?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
All right.
Is that something you'd be interested in? All right, here's our theme song that's in the middle of the show. Are you ready for the theme song? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Marriage go round.
Marriage go round. Tanjareen and CT.
Marriage go round.
Cause it's married things and things are rock. Married things and things are rock. The real relationship podcast.
Blocka, blocka, blocka.
Pew, 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 pew. Boop, 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 boop. Pew, 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 pew. What's the matter, baby?
It gets longer every time you do it.
Pew, 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 pew. This is the remix. Pew, pew, pew. Braka, braka. Yeah. You're so amazing.
I'm a good co-host.
You're a great co-host.
I wonder what would have happened if I just did 2-strand twists instead of getting locked.
That's all you do during the theme song is look at your different hairstyles.
That's all I can do. Just paying attention to the growth.
Oh, congratulations, Carolyn G says. So you're doing a comedy special. CT doing big things. Latasha says CT is just the coolest.
I am.
Jordan Taylor says congratulations to David. David McNeil says.
Thank you, guys.
I would like to hear CT sing the theme song.
The theme song.
On Tanja's birthday. Congratulations, CT from Ashely White. What's up, Ashely White? You've been hiding from us. Carolyn G switched from Facebook to YouTube to watch us. Thank you. All right, so let's talk about relationships, guys. If you're just tuning in, like I said, this is episode number 107.
What you got on tap for us?
Of the Marriage Go Round podcast with your real life married couple hosts, comedians Tanjareen and CT, where we talk about dating, marriage, and funny relationship memes from our own monogamish point of view. Our first question of the day was, if you have kids, do you find that you shame people who don't have kids into feeling guilty for not having kids? Now I'm going to pull up
I've been shamed so many times. You ain't got kids? Well, what you waiting on? Well, why don't you have kids? I think you'll be a good dad. You need to have kids because a kid this and a kid that. And it's like, hey, I remember growing up and asking my parents for money and then being like, each time, for what? And I used to be like, man. And now as an adult, I understand it. Somebody says, yeah, you know, this going wrong. And you be like, oh, God, how much, what is this going to cost? You know?
Yeah, I do know. Dang, that car accident was crazy outside. Checking in from North Carolina. What's up? I got fam out there. What's up, Maurice? All right, so pick a number. I'm going to start with number 1. Let me see what Essel says. Live theme song is a chance for bonding intimacy, though. Maybe once every now and then could be the compromise for the next contract. Essels?
No.
You're not wrong. You just like that? No?
No.
Okay, there we go.
We got the song. Y'all got the song.
We're plugged. We're pretty plugged.
Y'all haven't seen how much happier I've been since the song has been pre-recorded?
He has definitely been happy on the show, and I can't beat that.
Yeah, you can't. What do you want? You want happiness or you want that song? Because you're not getting both vessels.
Okay, well, Greatness Hybrid says, I have 1 kid, and if you don't have any, don't rush that ish. LOL. Thank you for your honesty.
Heard that a lot too.
I see a lot of people that show us the truth of how difficult it is. I know it's rewarding. I know it's the best thing they've ever done. I know they wouldn't trade their kids for the world. But when I see their day-to-day and how unhappy they are and how stressful it is, I feel like they don't get to really exhale and be themselves again until the kids grow up and get out the house.
I think it's all about what you want out of life. And it's also the relationship that you create with your kids. Because if you create a certain type of relationship, y'all are going to be close well after they're adults. If you create I'm just raising you and I want you to be a great member of society, y'all won't be as close as you think. You know, I've seen both, but I also know that as much as I love my parents dearly, I can't imagine having a child that moves out of the state. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I've given you everything and you about to move how many thousand miles away?
I know. I always think about that when I think about people like you or anybody else who's left their whole family behind for a dream. I'm like, man, you just left everybody who loves you and just coming out here to make it work.
And the flip side to that is I could either stay home in Detroit and have been wondering what if and been resenting everybody for me not following my dreams because I was too scared to leave home.
That happens a lot, I'm sure.
It does. And a lot of people come out to LA or they move to Atlanta or they go wherever and they resent their family. I mean, the people who stay, a lot of times they resent their family for having to stay. And then when they leave, they only be gone for like a month and be like, ooh, I couldn't do it. I miss my family. Like, yeah, I miss my family as well. But I know it will be greater, and it has been greater every time that they've come out and they'd be like, ooh, you know who I always wanted to meet? Such and such. And I just get on the phone and be like, hey, such and such, can you come over?
Yeah.
Or can we come over there?
Life flex.
Yeah, that kind of stuff makes up for living far away.
Facts. Greatness says it's not even that stressful because I have a good kid. You just have to sacrifice more. I understand that.
Sacrifice nothing. You know what else? Got a little cousin. Pride and Joy. My nephew, little cousin, Pride and Joy. They're both kind of like my nephews. But
who are you talking about? My cousins?
My cousin.
Are you talking about DeRay again? My cousin?
You get really territorial.
Because that's the only person in my family that you try to call yours. Everybody else is an in-law or Tanja's this or Tanja's that. That's
your
my
family
cousin.
I could have sworn when these happened.
But you don't say that for the rest of our family. You only
I say it with Barbara
and DeRay. That's it.
And Darren.
You don't say it for Darren.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I've said it millions of times. I'll tell you who I don't say it for. Everybody else. You ready? Let's get on with the comments. Love my family.
Your neck when we get off.
Love my mother-in-law. Love my cousin Darren.
You just called her mother-in-law. See what I mean?
That's her genuine title, but it's my baby Barbara.
So that's your cousin-in-law.
No.
Then that's not your mother-in-law. It's your other mom.
Well, I have 2 mothers already.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's be grateful here.
Oh, Jarrell Weeks says, my youngest leaves for college for Troy University this fall. Looking forward to an empty nest.
See? Empty
Congratulations.
Nest. Let me tell you something, Troy. Feels great to have an empty nest.
We've always had one.
Always had
Nest
one.
been empty.
Never had a full one.
Nest been empty over here. All right.
Who didn't clean this bathroom? Oh,
It was us.
It was us.
We need to clean the bathroom.
Woof.
Actually, get Adriana on the phone. Adriana!
I've been looking at my bathroom and I'm like,
Okay.
man, I've been gone for the weekend.
All right. I'll call Adriana.
Everybody want to get the Windex in this thing?
Because it's not going to be you.
It's not going to be me.
It's not going to be you. I have cleaning supplies down there for you.
I have not cleaned. Let me tell you the blessing. This is what everybody's talking about. Y'all keep talking about kids. Let's talk about marriage. Let's talk about marriage to a woman who enjoys cleaning and sometimes cooking. I'll tell you something else. I have not done, sometimes she's like cooking. I have not had to do laundry in almost 15 years.
We're talking the laundry and the folding and putting away and hanging up. The whole thing. I do it all. Because some people just do the laundry and be like, here you go, baby.
That's true. Let me give you credit for that.
Thank you.
I have not had to do laundry. I have not had to fold no clothes. I have not had to put no laundry away in close to 15 years. I have not cleaned a bathroom in 6 or 7 years, because I cleaned the one in Burbank a couple times because it was taking too long. But
really,
yeah, you remember that. You don't because
I probably was out of town. You probably waited until I wasn't in town to do it.
You know what happens, and
What?
This is the thing that I've been talking about for years on this show.
What?
Tanjareen does not pay attention when things are going great. When things are going bad, she might notice something. Case in point, when the bathroom was clean, she didn't even notice. If I fill her tank up, she doesn't even notice. Like, these are things that you don't pay attention to.
That's true.
I know.
But the problem with the couple times that you fill the tank up that I didn't notice was because I don't drive my car for days at a time. So I didn't memorize where the tank was 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
That's how you grew up privileged.
And then I get in the car and it's full, but I wasn't in the car all week, so I didn't notice that it wasn't full.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I was out of town for the entire weekend. I knew where my gas gauge was before and after that trip. I know where it is right now.
You better than me. You're supposed to be looking at that stuff. You're supposed to know where your oil is and all that stuff.
And you just be going through life,
Just get
having
in the
a
car,
good time.
Tangerine shrug, get in the car, push the button, start the car. All right, let's go. The nerve of some people, Ashely White says, who got kids shaming folks that don't have kids because of a person's personal choice is crazy. Some people can't have kids for medical or health reasons.
That's another thing that's wild. I've never tried to shame anybody who didn't have kids, like, oh, you need to have kids or blah, 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 because you don't know what people can or can't do.
That part. Gorilla Tap says, I got 3 kids and I can honestly say it wasn't hard to raise them. It's all in how you view it. First of all, you're a guy. I want to know how the moms say it was to raise them and how often was it hard for them. Also,
Gorilla, you are terrifying. If you weren't my friend, oh man, I would be terrified of you being my father. My dad, it took years for me to just realize, all right, he's not harmless, but he's very easygoing, which is the complete opposite of my mother. My mother, like, assassin, like she wants the smoke to this day. My dad never wanted the smoke, but he could handle the smoke if it came to him. You, man, if I'm your son, I'd be like, oh man, I don't want to show him these grades, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back to school. So we started this show off out of order because CT was excited to share his exchange about children shaming, but we normally catch you up on what we've been up to. And last Wednesday after the show, we had the privilege and the honor to go to dinner with Gorilla Tap and his young lady. We went to a nice little restaurant in Beverly Hills called Nobu. Had a really good time, great conversation. Incredible conversation. And I had never met the wife, so it was really, really fun to talk to them. I have pictures, I have things to share. It was a great time, and thank you very much, Gorilla Tap, for Gorilla took us to dinner. Wonderful double date because he ended up treating. Amazing. It was really good. It was really man, fun. I'll tell you what. That food was some small portions, man. Nobody knew. I knew. I told you. I warned you. I had to go eat after I ate. I went to Burger King. I was like, man, I need the king to fix this.
Nobu is delicious.
Starving.
But as in most Asian cultures, if you guys ever go to like, Japan or whatever, they serve you things family style and you're all supposed to just share it and they'll just keep bringing food the whole night. What I love about being over there is they don't rush you out of the restaurant because they want to turn the table over for more tips because you don't tip out there. But they're going to keep bringing you food until you're full. Nobu's prices, you probably don't want to keep eating that food until you're full because you're going to spend about $1,500 before you get full.
That'll be $1,500.
But it was great conversation. The food was delicious. I loved all the things that I got. That eggplant thing.
I love that. Yeah, I had the eggplant. I love that. And I think I had the...
you had the Wagyu
sliders, but they didn't taste like the Wagyu.
They were good.
They were delicious.
They were delicious.
You know what made the night? The thing that made the night... Gorilla Tip is wild.
Gorilla Tip.
It's disgusting. The thing that made the night was their company. Because it was like, oh man, like I love Gorilla so much. So it's like to be able to spend time with them in general, let alone over some food in LA, can't beat it.
Y'all should have ate more, LOL, Gorilla Tap says. I was content, Gorilla Tap. I was content. No. He wanted to eat Burger King. I didn't eat anything afterwards. I had enough. Thank you.
There was nothing else on the menu that I was like, because that's another thing. It's mainly like a fish spot. And by me being allergic to shellfish.
So it's fancy, so we don't call it a fish spot. It's a lot of seafood.
Yeah, okay. Well, a lot of seafood. But shellfish, I'm allergic, so you gotta be really careful about what you order. So it was like either get 4 more sliders or you know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying the food was delicious, but I enjoyed them more.
Yeah, that was a great combo. 2 quick things, and I'm gonna read the memes for today.
David, thank you, Slick.
David McNeil says, having children is the greatest and worst terrible. Wait. Mm-hmm. What'd I do?
I'll tell you. Keep going.
You got something in your eye, on your lash.
You get it?
Let's see. Look up.
Damn, you almost took my eyelid off with that last skirt.
David McNeil says, having children is the greatest.
How's my eye gonna stay in? I don't need my eyelid.
Could you stop interrupting me?
You said I don't need my eyelid.
Just go with it.
All right. Sitting there like this the whole show.
Having children is the greatest and worst terrible thing you can do. I have 4, and it's a constant roller coaster of I love yous and what the F's, especially with children under the age of 25 these days. Then he goes on to say, but I definitely envy my kids because they have a 2-parent household and I didn't have that. And that's just how children should be raised. If you can't do it together, don't do it at all. My advice. I love that, David. I'm glad you're giving them what you didn't have.
Ain't being no single parent.
Awesome.
I saw my mama do it, saw my sister do it, saw my dad do it, not doing it.
Well, I can say that I'm very fortunate that my parents stayed together until I got to college. So I pretty much grew up with both parents in the house, except for the every other year when they would break up, and I got to experience single parent life for a minute, and then they get back together. So
you know what you do?
Very well rounded.
You be bragging.
I do brag.
You brag a lot.
I do. Y'all are welcome. We enjoyed our time greatly. Appreciate the laughs and conversations. Yay!
So much fun.
And Latasha says she didn't see any pictures in Meet the Team. That's a room inside my Discord where people who are from Team Tanjareen link up in real life. And you're right. I did not post them in there. Probably because we've met Gorilla Tap several times at this point. We've gone to the movies together. We've spent holidays together, but I had not met his wife, so I should have posted that picture in there. Okay, let me get to this. Which one am I going to read?
3.
Okay, I'm going to read 3 after I read 1. 1.
Why did you ask us to choose?
Because I know I'm reading 2. This is from 6 Brown Chicks on Instagram, the site that asks for relationship advice from anonymous people. This one says, and I haven't read it before, so I don't know if it's a good one. Give me my sound effects. I'm a married bi-curious male, and I spent an afternoon with a male smash worker. I offered him double his rate to add a neck massage to his services. I paid him $320. The real $20 bill was wrapped around 3 fake $100 bills. He pulled my, why are you not saying anything out loud? He pulled my.
Because I'm genuinely shocked. I'm giving you all face.
Doesn't help our audio listeners.
Oh, you're right.
He pulled my neck the wrong way and I felt paralyzed and couldn't move certain parts of my body.
Oh my God.
I couldn't lift myself off the bed. I panicked and demanded a full refund. He said no and counted his money more carefully And that's when he noticed the fake $100 bills.
Oh.
He took my watch and credit cards and left me naked in bed. I yelled until hotel guests got management to call an ambulance. I'm learning to walk again.
Oh.
But my wife doesn't support me at all. This is a very difficult time for me as I've lost my job and health benefits. She's not the loving woman I married. All she wants is revenge on me. How to change her vengeful, wicked ways. Advice, that's
number one.
Crazy.
For you trying to defraud this man.
Exactly.
Is crazy. Number two, for you to... This is why I don't get neck massages. That's, by the way.
Well, how does this have to do with that? Oh, because he said he felt paralyzed.
The neck is one of the most delicate parts of your body that controls so much. I don't like my neck being touched. You understand me?
Right.
If you, oh man, I remember one time in high school, this genuinely happened. I can tell you when it happened in life. It happened once on my way to school in high school, senior year. And it happened once when we were in the apartment in Burbank. I don't know if I slept wrong or I tried to stretch my neck the wrong way, but I was standing up and my neck, everything in my body froze and I collapsed to the floor both times. The one that happened in Burbank, I was like, oh, and I remembered what had happened in high school. And I was like, what is this? And then after like maybe 5 minutes, I was good, but that neck is a delicate place. And I never crack my neck. Like you ever see people that be like, claw, claw. Like I don't do that because you mess around and hurt something. Number three, come on, man. What are you doing, bro?
It's his fault for trying to get over on that man. It's also his fault for
demanding a full refund.
For living a double life against his wife and her not knowing that he was into men, and then him wanting his money back, knowing that the money wasn't worth anything. Why do you want it back?
You gave him $120.
This man, it wasn't worth $20 for the rest of the stuff he rubbed on you, bro. And also, if you're getting massage, make sure you use a professional because not only is your neck sensitive, but your spine is sensitive. And if somebody does the wrong thing to your spine,
it's over.
That can paralyze you.
He lost his job. He lost his lady.
He lost his health benefits.
Learning to walk again.
Well, that was the first one from Six Brown Chicks. Let us know what you think of that in the comments.
Was crazy.
I did not know how that story was going to end, but Ashely White said, I'm genuinely shocked by how that story turned out. Me too, Ashely White. And let's see. Oh, what's up? Patrick J must be the real name of the guy in my Discord that says Sade, because he's letting me know that Amber is pregnant. That's King Spote.
Congratulations.
And Queen Spote. So congratulations. And you just started to talk about how it is with parenting. So
hope y'all stay together.
Stay together. Do your best. Do it together.
Together.
And realize that it's stressful, but it's the most rewarding thing you could ever do in life.
I feel like good parents. So what I'm trying to say is when you come from a 2-parent household, I think the best parents are the parents that get along outside of parenting. Like I haven't even said this out loud to you, but when we went to Detroit at this point, I think it was 2 years ago, and we met Lexi Lex and Green Ranger and their children. Yes. I was just so in awe of their relationship and how great that they work together and how greatly they communicate. And it was like watching a well-oiled machine. Yes. And then you get a chance to see how they parent, you know what I'm saying? And you see how the kids react to both parents, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that was amazing.
Those are the type of people that should be parents.
Yeah, that's who should be parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not me.
Not him. Not us.
I'm a great afternoon dad. Oh, let me take you to laser tag. Let me give you some quick advice.
First of all, you're only going to take them to indoor places because you don't like outdoors in the daytime. So it could be a sunny day. You're not going outside to play catch. You're not going outside to play football.
Just so he can say we play catch.
So how long are you going to be out there with him?
Hopefully until he get it right.
Oh, that could be a long time. It could be days.
No.
Kids don't learn how to catch just in a few minutes.
Yes, they do. So it's a muscle reaction.
But they don't learn it in the same day. How many kids have you taught how to catch, CT?
Scooter.
Did you teach him, or did you do it with him once when somebody already was working with him?
I taught him how to play catch, and his catch reaction wasn't good enough, so we only did it like twice.
So he didn't learn it the first time?
He was cool, but he just kept dropping it. And I was like,
yes, because it takes longer than just one time to do it.
I was like, all right, I'm out of here. Come on, let's go inside. I'm about to play the game. You got your game? Uh-huh. All right, you hungry? Uh-huh. All right, I'm making some hot dogs, man. Leave me alone.
You'd be a great DoorDash dad. Somebody's kid is hungry. What you want? It'll be here in a minute.
Because I wanted to do the things with Scooter that my mom did with me that I was hoping he would enjoy. So like we would go to the movies and I would try and get multiple. Remember you sneak into the movies? So
yes, with the food.
I tried to sneak him to a second movie and he was just being so obvious. Wait, but we didn't get a ticket for that, Uncle. And I'm like, and the security guard was like, hey. And I was like, all right, man, we go. I ain't took him to the movie since. Well, we went to go see Avengers Infinity War. And that was a disappointing movie to end with.
Oh, yeah.
The ending of that movie.
All right, let's see what this one says. 6 Brown Chicks. It says, my girlfriend, Betty, in quotes.
That's crazy. I said 3.
Told me she found a second job, an overnight home carer job.
Okay.
She told me she did light chores and mostly just visited with the elderly.
All right.
The clients paid her in cash. Recently, she came home and tired and didn't shower like she usually does. And she plopped in bed next to me.
A plopper.
I smelled a woman on her face and a man's glaze in her hair.
How?
I woke up and asked, what the hell kind of job are you doing, Betty? She says, if you don't like to eat good food and sleep in this comfy bed, you can leave.
That's her reaction?
But what you can't do is ask me about how I make my money.
Woo!
I'm not working now, so my options are limited, he says. But I can't stomach her swinging with old people. What to do?
I'll tell you what you gonna do. Apparently, what he did was turn to the side and went back to sleep.
Because he don't have nowhere else to go. And it might not be swinging with old people. She might be lying completely about the elderly job, or she might be stopping at her side dude's house on the way home because you don't have anything that she needs. You're not giving her, you're not providing for her, you're not protecting her, and she's got to work at night handling her business and hustling. So she probably, maybe she does really do caregiving, but she's stopping to get a little nookie on the way home. She's giving care.
She's giving TLC.
But the fact that she's getting that far where she's coming home smelling like a man and a woman.
And not showering.
And leaving it in her hair, that means she has no respect for you, bro. She doesn't even care if you find out.
To not shower in general is disgusting. Even if she was single, that's gross.
Yeah.
You're going to sleep with that on your face and your hair? 2.
Ugh. And sleep next to another man. You gonna sleep on by yourself is one thing, but to sleep next to your man. Did she say wife? No, girlfriend. Next to your girl. Your man is crazy.
When I was single and I was out there hoeing around, I always took a shower.
Congratulations.
That's disgusting, man.
Congratulations.
I really loathe when people don't bathe. And mind you, there are exceptions to the rule. If you in the crib for a couple of days, hey, all right, whatever, maybe, right? But if you are going out in them streets, not even being physical with somebody, you going outside and you've been out there long enough to where you really take a good stock of yourself and be like, oh, somebody smells like outside and I'm the only one here. Time to get back in the shower.
Exactly. I remember during that pandemic, people weren't showering every day like they used to, and they were posting online how many days they had gone without a shower.
That's wild.
It was some funny times.
I went weeks without shaving. Remember
I thought you were about to say without showering. I was about to be like, what?
No. I remember my beard was all the way up there, and it was just like I was looking super rough. And then Tez is the one who cut my hair, remember? And he cut it down.
Yes.
I cannot believe.
Our very first episode, I call it episode number 0 of the Marriage Podcast. I was complaining about the fact that he would not shave his beard until he was about to shoot sketches the weekend coming up. And then all of a sudden he wanted to shave for everybody else. And I was like, but I have to see you every day. And you don't care that I'm looking at you looking scruffy.
Not the least.
And that's what he let me know.
But for you though, I appreciate that you always make sure that you're looking cute.
I try.
Because you do it for yourself. And I happen to benefit from it. That's very nice.
Thank you for noticing. All right, we got 2 people in the green room. You wanted to read number 3. It's very short, so I will read it.
All right. Well, don't ask for numbers if you ain't going to read it.
I'm reading number 3 because you asked for it. It says, my husband quit his job after he found out I was linking up with my coworker. I've apologized. I've stopped linking up with the guy, but my husband doesn't trust me anymore.
Let's go.
He takes naps during the daytime so he can sit outside my workplace and watch my activity at night. Advice?
Just leave. I mean, come on, man. taking naps during the day just to stay up all night stalking, watching her. She could already, if she know what time you're gonna get there, she could have had him come in early, and then by the time she get there, he's leaving out.
Or they could do it in the job.
That's what I mean.
You outside. How will you stop anything? What I need everybody to understand is no matter what type of relationship you're in or what your agreements are, if you're monogamish or open or poly, whatever, you're grown. Your partner's grown. They can do what they want when they want. They can keep it from you or not keep it from you, but they're going to do what they want to do. If they really, really want to do it, they're going to do it. So you sitting outside is not going to stop anything. You telling your man he got to be in the house by a certain hour is not going to stop anything. People will find a way to do what they want to do. They are grown and they have determination to get things done. Just gonna put that out there. Who you bringing in first, baby? Let's push this button.
There you go. Guilherme. How did I say it?
Guillaume. She got it right. It was Guillaume.
I was right?
Yep.
Guillaume.
Yes, Guillaume. Welcome to the show, Guillaume Domingo Tripp. Thank you for sponsoring this episode of yesterday's episode. It's Gui Tripp in the building. Tell us where you're located and what's on your mind about relationships.
I'm in Ever Beach in Hawaii of Oahu Island. And I'm not doing nothing right now. So.
You know what?
I'm not doing nothing right now. I'm just watching y'all, taking it in.
Well, thank you. Thank you for watching and always supporting us with your views, your comments, and your cash apps.
Appreciate that.
Did you have any comments about relationships as you're in one? And we've talked about some different topics today.
Yeah. As far as being a parent, I mean, from what we see with you guys, we're going to always see that if you guys ever became parents, that would be a lucky child. And I'm going to tell you right now, instinct takes over, sir. Like right now, I learned that the best things that I learned from and the best experience I have are the mistakes I make. You know what I mean? And, we grow together as a person, but also just to see how much my son is just like me, or where he transcends me from, and just knowing that, that bloodline is strong and still going. So it's going to still keep, in the cycle of doing what we do. But at the same time, if you don't want kids, I totally understand that too, because I didn't really have the best child rearing myself, as a child, so I can see where some people might, through their experiences and what they've seen and their perception of, parenthood through being raised, sometimes.
I just don't want to be responsible for anybody, but I also told my dad I would have kids, and my little sister.
You did?
Yeah, I told him, I was like, all right, I have some kids, man, and he was like, oh, all right.
Did you tell him that while he was sick?
Yeah.
So we needed to have a kid.
I mean,
I didn't know you promised him a kid.
I'm sure I'll get around to it if I feel like it in the next 20 years.
Hey, adoption is always an option.
Yeah, but I don't want to say publicly.
He already said early on that he don't want that.
Anyway,
get an at-risk teen youth.
Definitely not getting
that. Teen youth. He will be beating that person. I don't think that's legal.
My little sister, I don't know if she's gonna end up having a kid. I don't know if she wants one, but somebody gotta do something. We'll see.
Yeah, let her do that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And on that bisexual one, old boy was the villain the whole time. Period. The separate life, trying to get over on the money, and then at the same time his wife, he was the villain the whole time. You can't cheer the villain. Not happening.
And speaking of the last meme about the girl coming home from her elderly care job smelling like a guy and a girl, you typed in the private chat, how does he know what glaze smells like, a male glaze? That is a great question.
I don't know what anybody else's juice smells like. I only know my brand.
That is a great question, Gui Tripp.
I was like, what? I mean, for you to make those accusations, you would actually have to have, some real facts that back that up. So is this not the first time? Does he know what glaze smells like from his opportunities? It's just weird. It's weird.
Ooh.
It's weird. I don't know what glaze smells like. I'm never going to know what glaze smells like. And it is what it is.
I only know my brand. And I remember growing up for the summers when I would be my dad in Galax, Virginia, there was there were these trees that smelled similar to my scent. And I was like, oh, what is this? It didn't stink anything, but it was like, what are these nut trees? And I just thought everybody smelled the same.
Nut trees is crazy.
That came out of nowhere, but cool.
All right, we got to get out of here, Gotcha. We got 2 more people in the green room. Thank you for blessing us.
Always a pleasure.
We adore you.
All right, love you guys always. See you next week.
See you next week. Ashely White says, wait, hold on. Where did it go? She says, I don't know what glaze smells like or what glaze is.
I don't know. Hi.
I'm glad you don't know. What's up, Ashely White? Welcome to the show. She's letting the knockers out. Come on, knockers. I like this shirt.
Well, because this is what I just say. I've been told the body is bodying lately, so I'm just blessed with this. So.
Okay.
Well, I love how humble you are. Welcome to the show. Tell us where you're located and what you would like to discuss about relationships.
Okay. Man, I just realized this. Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm Ashely from North Carolina. So I do have a question.
What city in North Carolina?
Charlotte.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So I had to keep my accent intact, but then again, it shows out. So show up, show out, bow, 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 like these. Yeah. So I do have a comment about them kids things. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say FTK because I love kids, but at the moment I can't say no FTK. I love kids. But I have been getting a lot of people keep asking me when or if or when I'll have kids. It gets very tiring to the point like, why? Like, why do y'all want to know when I'll have kids? If I say I'm not gonna have kids till the right person come, like, my thing is, like, and I think this is another thing when it comes to relationships too. Like, if I want to be in a relationship with someone, I want to be in a relationship with someone that's already not have a family prepared already.
Yeah. Of course.
Like
and for the viewers, you're 32?
I'm 30. I'll be 33 this Sunday. So.
It's coming up. You and Cobra Tay's birthdays are back to back. So you'll be 33. You're Jesus year. You're not in a relationship, but people are asking you when you're going to have kids, which is a really interesting question to ask a single woman. Very interesting.
I'm about to start just giving people the answers they want to know. Like if they be like, "Hey, when you gonna have kids?" "Oh man, it's on the way. She's pregnant right now, bro." "Oh, for real? That's good, man. What y'all gonna name them? What's a good one that you think?"
Give them their name.
Yeah.
And then I never have the baby. Every time they see me, and stomach still flat, abs still popping. Hey, you see the abs? I was
just saying because it's like, why do y'all want to know? Like people like, are you very concerned? What's down there? What's going on? Are you concerned if I'm not gonna have kids and pop it open and everything for the kids? Because I mean. I'm just saying, like, don't worry about what don't. I've had somebody say, they try to put their hand on my stomach saying, "Oh, you're gonna have triplets coming out." I said 3 kids. I said, don't wish down don't wish down me. Like, don't do that to me. So.
And Vernon, you could be next as well, Playboy. Since you don't ever click on camera, let's see what's cracking with you, my guy.
Yes.
So.
In the meantime, what's your question for us?
My question is, when it comes to relationships, do you feel like there was times y'all had that period of moment where, y'all had like the period moment where y'all had space where it, like, there was a question somebody asked me where, do you feel like you grow a lot more when you are alone? Was there a time in a period where, in relationships where maybe y'all had disagreements and stuff, did y'all have those moments where y'all had a time alone where it kind of helped y'all grow in, say, whether in relationships of aspects of whether it's accountability or trying to understand one another?
I was with you until the very end and I got mixed up.
I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out
the questions are better when you type them first and then you could just read what you said because you have to gather your thoughts. But I think you said when is our time together, when you said when we're alone, do you mean alone like not like in a separate room, or I don't understand your question.
So like, okay. So say like maybe it could be an aspect of a relationship or maybe single. do you feel like when you are alone by yourself, like whether, you know, you like you and your you and your person are in a separate room, like do you feel like you grow more knowing who you are as a person? Like it's just very hard to, how do I explain it? Somebody's basically say, do you grow more as a person when you are alone rather than you are with people?
Okay. I will say this, and I've said this to you so many times before.
Okay.
Women, especially, but anybody really, needs to know themselves, understand themselves, and love themselves, and be happy with themselves before they try to go attach with a partner. We need to be. I used to go to movies by myself all the time. I used to take myself to eat all the time. I would sit in a nice restaurant and give myself a 5-star meal alone, not because I was lonely, not because I was hoping some man would talk to me, but because I was in the mood for that meal and I wanted to give myself that. I would go to church alone, go to the park alone, sit on a picnic, read a book alone. I loved my own company. I read books on relationships, on what men like, what women do that piss them off. I figured all that out and I was ready for a relationship. Then when I got in a relationship, I got better at relationships because you can't be good in a relationship if you don't have anybody you're relating to. But before you get into a relationship, you got to be good with you. So yes, when you're alone, you can grow, but you grow in loving yourself, being okay with yourself, not having damage and past trauma from your last relationships, all the things that have gone wrong. Get rid of all of that trauma. Then when you're healed and you love yourself and you've been alone, attached with somebody else who's healed, loves themselves, and then together you guys can be great at relating. Does that make sense?
Yes, I might have to type up another question on the Discord because you mentioned about healing and then loving. I may have to type up another question for that. That could be one
Okay.
because I was gonna say sometimes you can't not sometimes you aren't. I'm gonna type it up because it's like right here, but then it's like my
I get
thing.
it. I get it. Type it up, and then you can edit it and shorten it and get to the point. But I hope that first part you can rewind this until you understand what I said for this first part, and then actually live like that. I spoil myself regularly. Love the heck out of me, Latasha Luxury says.
Appreciate
Thank you for
Ashley.
your question, Ashley. We'll see the rest of your question in the chat. We love you. You look gorgeous.
I'm gonna say this before I bring Tay in because that Vernon comment pissed me off. Let me tell you something. I love seeing Guillaume. I love seeing Ashley, and I love seeing Tay because these people click the link and they come in and they ask questions.
They
and
got courage.
They're not just watching. So if you have a comment like that, Vernon, old ass name, click in and say something. Ask a question, give some advice, something. But yeah.
All right.
My guy, Cobra Tay, what's cracking with you, man? Where you? We know where you at. You in Baltimore. What is your question for us, good brother?
Cobra Tay, why are the lights out? Is this so we can't see that the screen ain't got no better?
All right, first of all right. Let me just say this real quick. First of all, my lights are out because I know how my lighting is in my room, and today for me is a dark day. I just feel like being in the dark for right now.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm not upset. I'm not depressed or anything. I'm happy. I had a magnificent day at work. I'm living my best life. It's just a dark day. So.
Gotcha.
Okay.
What's your question for us today, man?
Oh man.
Is he laying down?
Yeah, I thought today's a dark day. I'm chilling right now.
Okay.
So I'm good. My question for y'all is, so how do you determine? Let's see how I put this. How do you like when you're having a busy work schedule, right? Like CT, I know you have a very busy work schedule. So how do you determine when it's time to choose money over quality time and quality time over making money?
It's always money with this guy.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that answer. For example, today, and I'm talking about like 2 hours ago, I was like, man, I probably need to do something with her tonight or tomorrow because I've been gone and we should spend some time together. So like stuff like that, or in weeks prior or previous, I'll have those thoughts like, oh man, we should do something. and I'll be like, hey, what are you doing today or tomorrow? And then she'll tell me her list of things, and I'm like, oh, thank God. So now this isn't on me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like taking inventory and be like, am I spending time with her? Am I giving her what makes her happy in certain things? And then going from there.
But to answer your question, money always comes first. But we do love quality time together. It's my number one love language. Well, that and physical touch. It's starting to become his love language as well. And if we don't get time with each other, we get a little irritated. So we try to make time. And that's why I'm glad that we had a good chance to do the double date last Wednesday with Gorilla Tap and his lady.
Two birds, one
it's
stone.
only been a week since we had a date because you went out of town like 2
But
days later.
we went on so many dates last month
Right, that's what I'm
and this
saying.
month
So
already.
so there's no complaints is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We've been spending time with
so
each other.
many dates.
Yes.
Thank you, King Tay. Young Cobra Tay, always a pleasure, my guy.
He looks so comfortable.
He's adorable. And I hope your dark day brightens up, man.
Hey, it's not really like I said, I'm good. My day is magnificent. I had a magnificent day at work. I'm getting ready to take my driving test next week. So I'm ready to chill with you on your birthday, weekend and everything, book my flight and everything next week. I'm good. It's just the room lighting is a dark day.
The room
is hilarious.
The room.
All right,
All
Tay. We'll
we
see you next
adore
week,
you.
man.
Thank you for sponsoring our show last week. We'll see you next time.
I will see y'all next.
Good guy, man.
Oh, that was a great show.
Great
what
show.
did Gui Tripp say? When you grow alone, you can only rely on your root system. When you grow in a group, you expand your root system channels like a tree, but the choice is yours. That's deep. I like it.
What Vernon say?
Vernon says, I will next week, CT.
All right, we'll hold you to it.
Emoji.
Hold you to it, Vernon.
I bet his shoes are off and his legs are crossed.
Definitely.
I'm sure. All right, you guys. So I have a bunch of shows coming up this month.
You got some shows.
I did not have time to put all the flyers in here, but I do have this flyer. If you can zoom in and read it, I've got Cannabis and Comedy on 420. Cannabis and Comedy. They are doing a rolling challenge tournament. Rolling, I guess, joints, blunts, I don't know, but every round that someone advances, they get another 3.5 grams of weed as a prize.
Here,
and then
and what, come this way. Okay, bam. Come to scoot down a little bit. Now put your head up this way. Give us that smile just again. Bam. I want you to crop this to that. Look at the camera. Bam. Top of the hat. That's your new headshot. Beautiful.
I'm hunched over, and you had to interrupt me for this.
Bam. There you go. See y'all see it? Oh, let me get your head right. Bam, and there we go. Yeah, that's the headshot right there.
Now
so beautiful.
Show us yours.
Show you mine?
Mm-hmm.
This is all I got. All right, cool.
Can I finish what I was saying now? You love interrupting some doggone body.
I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
Yeah, you see it as interrupting. I see it as me completely tuning everything you out. So when I see something that I'm a program, I'm like, oh,
that's
man,
so much better. It's so much better that you tune me out. So that you just blurt out things in the middle. You get on my nerves. It's like you spit out the water. Cannabis and Comedy on 420 in downtown LA. It's going to be a crap show. I don't know how anybody is going to be able to hear us do jokes after doing a rolling challenge. Every person that advances gets 3.5 grams of weed. There's a $500 grand prize at the end of the contest. And then after all that, they're going to have us do comedy. So if you want to come and watch the Poop Show, that will be downtown LA on the 20th, which is also Easter Sunday. On the 23rd is a Wednesday. I'll be in Sacramento doing Punchline in Sacramento, which is Lance Wood's show produced by Live Nation. That's going to be a lot of fun, which means we will not have a marriage go round on the 23rd because I won't be home. On the 25th, I'll be in Inglewood at the Savoy, which is newly remodeled. Should look really nice. Big club. Chris Spencer does a regular show there at the Savoy, and this one should be great. It is Evan Lionel's show. And then on May 17th, I will be at the Stand Up Club in Bellflower, which is hosted or headlined by Shantae Wayans, who's very viral for her jokes. And I just did Flappers in Burbank last Saturday, spur of the moment. So that's on the list too. But that was our friend Tom Tran show. So I've got a lot of shows this month, and I don't know what else is for May. Find me if you can. Thank you for my new headshot, CT.
It's gonna be May.
Anything you want to tell them before we get out of here?
Yeah.
Guy Tripp said he'd enter the competition of rolling, but it wouldn't be fair to the other competitors. Oh, he must be really good at it.
I'll be in Montgomery, Alabama Saturday with Desi, and I'll be in Macon, Georgia on Sunday with Desi.
I love that you guys were just in Georgia last weekend. You come back home, and then you're going to fly back out to Georgia.
Are you ready for this?
On Sunday.
I'm not going to be at the one in May, but they're going to be in Mobile, Alabama.
Even though you're going to be in another Alabama on Saturday, you're going to go in May.
I don't know who's
in charge of this tour schedule, bro. Put the cities together. You're wasting money. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll play our outro as we get out of here and read some comments. I love you dearly, CT. This is episode 107. You guys let me know what we should call this episode, and let me know what your favorite moments are.
Kids or no kids? Is that cleaner?
Kids or no kids?
Kid shaming?
Kid shaming. Give me a full sentence about that would not be a yes or no answer. Something about kid shaming.
Are you a kid shamer?
Ooh. Kid shamer means you blame it on the kids, though. Something about parents.
Well, that's what I want to click. You want people to click.
Yeah. Got you. So.
Thought that was about to be the car wash thing.
I know, right?
It's Tanjareen and CT, marriage go round. Cause it's married things and things.
Nope, not yet.
I'm glad that is.
I love it. Gorilla was right about the egg.
Marriage and romantic encounters. They don't always agree. Get the argument.
Okay, you gonna end the live?
I like this mustache.
Thank you.
It's really perfect.
Thank you.
But he ain't going nowhere.
Y'all have a great night. You too, Gorilla.
From the stage to the screen, they keep it tight.
Hey.
14, that's right.
Body roll.
In 2008, so the chemistry's real. Live streaming lives, that's the deal. Marriage go round.
This thing is in the way.
Marriage go round. It's Tanjareen and CT, marriage go round.
Oh, I didn't know they could still hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some, she got the egg from me last night, so she made some eggs for that. You made 3?
All right, bye, you guys. Oh, one more thumbnail. Take your glasses off. You can
She gets on his nerves, but he ain't going nowhere. Come for the laughs, stay for the hair. It's Tanjareen and CT.
Bye, you guys.
So loose.
They keep it tight. Married 5-14, that's right. Met in 2008, so the chemistry's real. Live streaming laughs, that's the deal.
Okay, bye, you guys.